What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'll break down what's happening with the economic calendar thus far, what's going on with other pieces of news involving the markets, and what you should be watching for as time progresses. Before I break down all this information, though, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and this offer ends in just 3 days. Anyways, for the market right now, SPY is showing a little bit of life trying to fight this 523 resistance. And if we do try to push through this, we're going to be looking for a move all the way up to the all-time high. The question is, what's going to affect the markets? How is the data looking? Let me talk about that first before I break down these charts. Today is Thursday, March 28th, the last trading day of the week because the market's going to be closed for Good Friday. The GDP numbers came in aligned with expectations, essentially. Everything was pretty close to what we were expecting. It's not really affecting the market that much. SPY is up just a bit, but some stocks like Tesla are not being affected as much. So I just want to note that all the data was very close to expectations, if not better, in terms of GDP growth rate and etc. So the market is up a bit thanks to this, but we're going to be watching to see if we could continue to push through other levels of resistance. Now, there's more data coming out. 15 minutes after the market opens at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Chicago PMI report coming out. Watch and see what that causes. Then at 10 o'clock a.m., we have the Michigan consumer sentiment data coming out, the 5-year inflationary expectations, and etc. At 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes after market open, look for volatility again at that time. At 10:30, not 10:30, I would say 11 o'clock, then we have the Fed composite reports, some more manufacturing numbers. And at 11:30, we have the bill auctions, which are very, very minor pieces of data. So between, I would say, 9:45 a.m. and around 11 o'clock a.m., we have quite a bit of data coming out. So that's about it's a 1 hour and 15-minute period. There's quite a bit of data coming at the time, so look for some volatility, see how the market reacts to all of this. And then later on during the day, what's going to matter more will be the options chain. We currently have just under 500,000 calls expiring for SPY, and we have over 2 million puts expiring for a 4.34 puts to call ratio. Max pain's at 516. So we'll see if the market makers hold the market up and give us an end of the day dump towards max pain, or if the opposite happens. So make sure you're prepared for that. For news involving the markets, do not forget it's the last day of the quarter. So we'll see if the market gets propped up as well. Because it could go either way. They could squeeze these shorts down today and push SPY really high, or they could cause a little dump depending on what they want to do with max pain to hurt both sides. We'll just have to wait and see. But it's the last day of the quarter. It's still, anything could happen. We'll see if they try to hold the market up to improve the balance sheets or not. So be prepared for that. Besides that, Amazon is making a very, very big AI bet as they're going to be looking for new competitors of ChatGPT. That's very important for them. It's going to be its new web services primary cloud provider, and that's going to be very, very important as well. The SEC also can move forward with this lawsuit against Coinbase. A judge ruled on Wednesday with a major win for the agency. The case is accusing Coinbase of engaging in unregistered sales of securities. So that's some very, very big news for them. The Home Depot is also spending $18.25 billion to acquire SRS Distribution, which sells supplies to landscaping, pool, and roofing professionals. That's some big news as well. For Tesla, let me just call out that for Tesla, there's been some talk about from this analyst. They're saying that Q1 has been a nightmare. They're estimating between 475 to 425,000 deliveries, which is probably going to be like around 450,000 being the best estimate between that. And they lowered their price target from 325 to 300 a share, which is not the best of news for Tesla. Anyways, for SPY, we're looking a little bit more bullish. SPY, as long as we hold above 523, I could see this thing going up to 524, which is where we have this resistance up here. And if we break past 524, there could be a big move up to 525 coming next. But we're going to be watching how we react to the all-time high if we do end up testing this. If we're bearish, you want to see, you want to see SPY lose 522. If we lose this, we could come down to this trend line at 521. As right now, the chart's looking a bit more bullish. We're going to be looking for a test of the all-time high for now, and then see what the reaction is going forward. For Tesla, of all things, I just want to say Tesla's looking a little bit weaker. We're going to be watching to see how it reacts to this support right here. But there are two possibilities for Tesla. Basically, if we lose 176 right here, I'm sorry, 177.5, and then lower levels like that, like 177, a bigger drop is going to be coming down to fill this gap at 174. So if we lose 177, we turn a bit more bearish. Could be coming all the way down to 174 if we lose that support. If we want to be bullish, we want to see it break 180 and start pushing up for an inverse head and shoulders. There's a possible inverse head and shoulders on Tesla, this being the left shoulder, and then we could be forming a right shoulder if we do get a big bounce off our 50 EMA. So watch and see if Tesla comes down to 177.5. Do we get a big bounce off that? If we lose 177, we could turn bearish, but if we hold it, we could try to bounce. We'll see how things go from here. So I'm going to be very patient with this. Will the inverse head and shoulders play out, or will we end up losing 177 to turn bearish? I'll be very patient for now. Tesla's looking a little bit weak because of some downgrades it got from analysts, but just be patient nonetheless. The QQQ is looking pretty good right now. We have this trend, excuse me, this trend line right here. I apologize about my cough, guys. I don't know what happened this morning. I just want to say that we have this little downtrend right here on the QQQ. And we're going to be watching to see how it ends up reacting to this. So we rejected 1, 2, 3 times. Now we're trying to break through this. So it's showing some life. If we hold above this, if we continue to hold here, I'm going to be looking for a move all the way up to 446 to 446.8, all the way up here, and we'll see what the reaction is. If we lose support, watch 444. If we lose this, a bigger drop could be coming all the way down towards 442. So overall, I would say that this chart is looking a bit more bullish. There's potential for this to push even higher. So watch and see if we end up making a move like that. For Nvda is very indecisive right now. We're just stuck and kind of trading sideways within a range. If we lose 892, watch 885. If we lose that, a bigger drop is coming. If we're bullish, you want to be looking for a move all the way up to 908. If we break this, a bigger move to the upside is coming. Otherwise, we're just stuck in the middle, not really doing a whole lot. So we'll have to see what happens with Nvda for the time being. Which way do we break? We're still indecisive, so I'd rather just give this some time. Give it time to see which way we break. It needs a little bit more patience. For Aapl, this thing was trying to break in. Now it's back down to support at 172.5. Not really liking how it's just kind of struggling to really break out. So it's not super strong. To be bullish, you want to see it break past the 200 EMA at 173. If we break this, look for a move above 174. Once that breaks, we could push all the way up to the 175s. That's actually historically where our target's going to be because of this imbalance up here. There's a big imbalance up here, which could cause that push. If we're bearish on Aapl, going to be looking for a move below 172. If we lose that, we could come all the way down to about 170.8, turning a bit more bearish. Overall, I would say Aapl is looking kind of weak, but it's not really making much of a move. So I'd rather just give it patience as well. It's really struggling to get the break we want it to get, but there is potential for it to try to bounce an attempt today. So look for an attempt to bounce. As of right now, it hasn't really done that. So we'll see if we could get a break of resistance or not. Otherwise, it might just trade sideways. Coinbase is down a bit since we had some bearish news. We're still kind of flat, though. So we're going to be watching to see which way it breaks. Break past 265, we're going to be looking for a bigger push. If we come down to support, watch 252 as support. As of right now, we're stuck in the middle, so give it some time. For Amazon, we're at 180 trying to push. We could go up to 181, but watch resistance up there. We did reject 3 times there. So watch 181. If we break that, 182.5 is next. If we fail to do so, we're kind of stuck. For Meta is coming down a bit, but now we're attempting to bounce. I did call out how we had like a falling wedge-like structure. If we break past 494, our resistance, we're going to be looking for a move back up to about 500. So there is potential in this chart, in my honest opinion. All right, guys, that's it for the video. I need to end it from here because, we're getting very close to market open. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you guys very soon, just a couple of hours. Take care. Watch your levels very carefully, and we'll see how things go. All right, guys, see you soon, and peace out.